Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. It's your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief APGAINS. We're going to rank all 220 characters in the game. We're not going to put them in tier lists. We're literally going to rank them in order from best character in the game to worst character in the game. We did this live on stream. Thanks, after the stream was over, the about 5,500 people who showed up to help put their input. Everyone who just kept spamming Embo needs to be in Kyber, you know who you are, and you probably shouldn't have been born, but let's hop into it. Best character in the entire game, no doubt, Coruscant Underworld Police. Everyone knows when I get 15,000 subscribers, I go to CG headquarters since I live close by. I steal the one laptop that they use to control the game. I give every player in the entire world one cup shard and rework cup. He will be the greatest character in the game. All funny business aside, I think we can all admit that Kenobi is the greatest character in the game. Much debate, but we went Kenobi, JML, SLKRC, Rey, Vader, and then we put Gas and Cat in the Galactic Legends tab. Because they're literally Galactic Legends, let's be honest. No one can really complain about that. In the Kyber tab, there was some debate, but the many of us who were there came to an agreement that probably Starkiller and then Piet, and then you guys can see you have eyeballs what the rest of them are. Aurodium, there was a little bit of finagling, but we finally got to a spot where everyone agreed. This is how we broke down all of our Aurodium. I put GG at number 1. I feel like he's the epitome of Aurodium. High-end get-to ship, really good team, can beat some Galactic Legends, is an all-around great guy. And then we put Zam, because I feel like the Zam Omicron finally outdid the Qui-Gon Omicron, even though they're both absolutely amazing in the first two Omicrons that you should apply. But just because they rebalanced him and nerfed him with GLs, I think Zam took the lead. And then Kenobi obviously has Negotiator, so he had to be up there. Houndstooth has the best ship in the game. Moff Gideon and Wat Tambor, this is one that the viewers were really adamant about, so I decided to slide them in there. You know, really good utility across the board. Chewbacca, obviously, is fantastic. Then we went Padme, Jolie Bindo. Now, some people are going to complain, APGAINS. This is for every point in this entire game. We're talking from 0 GP to 69 GP, ships, Omicrons. Everything is being considered. We're not just going to pretend like every player in the entire freaking game has a Relic 9, every single character, because that would be kind of boring, and the game's not actually played by that. So it's going to be a much more realistic tier list or ranking than you're going to see anyone else do, because we take into consideration literally every facet of the game. The perfect example of that is, as you see here, we have Bastila Shan in Aurodium, and a lot of people like APGAINS. Bastila Shan in Aurodium, like maybe she's okay with JML for tenacity and protection up. But no, Bastila Shan is literally like the closest thing to cheese at the very, very beginning of the game. Best early game leadership. The Bastila Shan Jedi are your best starter team. Like, they are broken, not only in GAC, but Galactic War, Squad Arena. Like, she is broken. And she's a perfect example of how we are taking into consideration every single point of the game from when you first start to when the game dies. This is why this is going to be the most accurate ranking. And sure, like some characters maybe you use more than other people, so this was kind of just what everyone in the community decided on as we did. Now we go down to Chromium. I put Thrawn at the beginning here of Chromium because I feel like he's going to be really, really good once the Conquest ship comes out. You know, he's going to be fast because of turn meter. He's going to get cooldown reductions. He's going to take out Houndstooth on turn 3. And he's going to be that 2-shot that people at lower levels need against the Executor. And I feel like this is going to be one of the biggest free-to-play boons that we've had in a really, really, really long time. Even if you're doing normal Conquest, since the ship is going to be a 5-star unlock, it's just going to be fantastic all around for the early game and the free-to-play players, especially when dealing with Executors. So I put him at the top of Chromium, followed by Django. Of course, Django is incredibly pivotal for two of the best characters in the game, Padme and Chewbacca. Solo's the Padme event is super crucial in getting damage out in the Chewbacca event. I was convinced to put Mara Jade in here simply because she works really well and helps with the JML counter and does some pretty good stuff. Traya, of course, no real need to justify that one. Just such an amazing character. Then we went C-3PO. I wanted to put C-3PO lower, but I was getting hounded by everyone in chat to put C-3PO higher, so we eventually put C-3PO higher. Geonosian Brood Alpha, of course, really good in the early game. Not great in the end game, but since he is so valuable in the early game GAC, he definitely slots in there. And then some other honorable mentions like Yoda, Shakti, Ahsoka, second sister because of her ship, Jedi Training Ray, remainder of the 501st down here, remainder of the Imp Troopers, and then a lot of other really key characters to some pretty good squads. Now we go down to Bronzium. Bronzium is kind of the tier list that's like, they're not useless, they're not amazing, they have their moments, they're okay. An epitome of that would be Mon Mothma, you know? Maxed out, the Mon Mothma team can be kind of annoying. Most people aren't going to have a maxed out Mon Mothma team. If you have her a little bit early, that's an extra squad. It can be annoying. Maybe you can bait out Traya, put Geos on back wall if you're low level. Maybe you force like a drop if people use weak Jawas. She's pretty good. Daka really carries the Night Scissor team. Can be used. I don't know why chat wanted Daka so high. I'm okay with Daka-san here. A lot of people are like, APGAINS, why is IG and CAD so high? They have 2 really good executorships. They can't be lower than like the handbag bros, or like people wanted Barriss to be like Kyber for some reason. Barriss had her moment in the sun. She's not super great. She is, I guess, upper tier in Bronzium. And yeah. And then Carbonite is kind of just a hodgepodge. I feel like these are not in perfect order. We were approaching like an hour of literally ranking. Like, as you can see here, it's like literally left to right in order of who's best. You know what I mean? And at this point, we were just like, you know, we've passed 200. Omega Mission, Zalbar, Fulcrum, you know, a couple of Rex up here, a couple of pilots. And then eventually we get to the bottom, and like Gamu and Mob Enforcer are useless. And then Rose Tico obviously belongs below the Carbonite. She is not even worth anything, you know what I mean? She's basically non-existent. So every single character, with the help of a few thousand people, ranked in order as of February 9th, 2022. Hopefully you guys watched. Subscribe. I have a little bonus message for you. Some of you might have seen it. It's important, and especially if you're free to play, a new player trying to get your roster up and running, and you want a pretty awesome free tool to help you do that. Do I have an announcement for you? Take it away, APGAINS. I'm proud to announce that my website is coming soon. On this website, you'll be able to do everything you've ever wanted to do. Do you want to create or join a GAC tournament with your friends or guildmates? Figure out how to unlock all of the legendary characters, have access to the always updated greatest free-to-play farming guide of all time, mod tutorials for those of you who want to maximize your roster, figure out how to efficiently farm relics so you're never wasting a single resource, and much, much more. Coming soon, I'm happy to announce. If you guys do want to support this project, because it is a massive undertaking, first link in the description will take you to the Patreon. All of that money is being used to pay all of the people who are building this website behind the scenes. Thank you so much to everyone who's already donated, and everyone who has put in work on this website. Thank you so much. Love you.